Hello everyone. So for today's video, we're gonna interview three persons about what are the habits of a good and bad listener and the importance of listening in communication. So I'm Edwin Macasero, a PSMT student. So sa patong ipabot, let's go. So the first person is Jan, a BSMT student. So this is the question. As a student, what are the habits of a good and bad listener? And what are your experiences of good and bad listeners? And also, what do you think is the importance of listening in communication?
Hi, I am John. So, habits of a good listener, no, kay you may pay attention and listen to the person who talk his feelings to avoid misunderstanding. While a bad listener naman is while gatalk siya ikaw gahuna-huna na ka og unsay response mo na makakos og misunderstanding. For me, the importance of listening in communication, there are two communication, the non-verbal and verbal. If para na ako mag-talk ko, mo gamit yung mga gesture like ana para masabtan pa nila maayo, no. Communication in our society is very useful, no, kay to prevent misunderstanding, and you have be a good listener naman para to avoid misunderstanding.
Thank you, Jan, to be part in this podcast vlog. And the next person, it's AJ. So, this is the question for you, Miss AJ. As a full-time worker, what are the habits of a good and bad listener? And what are your experiences of good and bad listeners? And also, what do you think is the importance of listening in communication?
Hi, I'm AJ, and your question is, as a full-time worker, what are the habits of a good and bad listener? And what are your experiences of good and bad listeners? And also, what do you think is the importance of listening in communication? A good listener pays attention to details and asks questions. A bad listener isn't listening, distracted, mind wandering. A good listener, they tend to do a better job because they understand the requirements of the job and they are more engaged. They are also the people that get ahead. It is important to listen so that you know what to respond and you know what exactly you are doing.
Thank you, Miss AJ, and God bless you. And now, let's proceed to the last person that we're gonna interview in this podcast vlog. So it's Mom Josie. And this is the question. As a full-time parent or guardian, what are the habits of a good and bad listener? And what are your experiences of good and bad listeners? And also, what do you think is the importance of listening in communication?
Hi, I'm Josie. Being a good listener involves actively engaging with your child and giving them your full attention. Good listeners ask open-ended questions, validate their child's feelings, and respond appropriately. On the other hand, bad listeners may interrupt, dismiss their child's concerns, or be distracted by other things. From my experiences, good listeners are create strong bonds with their children and help their children develop effective communication skills. Bad listeners can lead to misunderstandings. The importance of listening in communication cannot be overstated. It allows for understanding. When children feel heard and understood, they are more likely to express themselves openly, leading to healthier relationships and better outcomes in various aspects of their lives.
Thank you, Ma'am Juicy, to be part in this podcast vlog, and God bless you. So, as we conclude for today's podcast or vlog, it's clearly that effective listening is crucial in all aspects of life, whether as a student, a full-time worker, or a parent or guardian. We've learned that good listeners exhibit traits like active engagement, empathy, and patience, fostering understanding and connection. On the other hand, poor listening habits such as distraction and judgment can hinder communication and lead to misunderstandings. While some fundamental listening skills like empathy are universal, habits of good and bad listeners can vary based on age and social status, influencing factors such as attention and receptiveness. Listening is crucial in communication as it builds trust, empathy, and understanding, facilitating meaningful interactions and conflict resolution, while also enabling collaboration, problem solving, and accurate information gathering. So, effective listening enhances social processes by promoting cohesion, reducing misunderstandings, and encouraging collaboration among diverse groups, fostering inclusive environments and empowering individuals to address societal challenges collectively. Listening promotes understanding among different cultures, religions, races, genders, ages, socioeconomic classes, and nationalities by fostering empathy, dismantling stereotypes, and encouraging dialogue and mutual respect, ultimately contributing to a more harmonious and inclusive society. And now, don't forget to take a moment to reflect on your own listening habits. Consider how you can actively engage, show empathy, and truly understand others' perspectives. Small improvements in your listening skills can lead to more meaningful connections and better communication with those around you. So that's all. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and God bless us all. Goodbye.